Hey, looky there. Yeah, you are busted. I'm busted. We're all busted. And I think that was the intent from the beginning, wasn't it? I think so. Keep you busted, keep you broke. Well, guess what? I'm busted, I'm broke, and I don't give a shit. I'm still having a good time. Oh, well. Hey there, hi there, ho there, everyone. This is Grammy Mary, and you are listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on World Truth Radio and RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 9. Also on the WorldTruth.org Spreaker channel. And it is a freakishly freaky Friday. Let me tell you, oh man, this has been one of those days. Lord Almighty, yeah. It's been fun. It's been fun. Although I have had obscure connections day. I'd be doing something at work and all of a sudden some off the wall song. You know, like I was doing a warranty claim earlier this morning and reading what they had in SI, which is Service Information Manual. And, Channel 3. I'm sorry. That's right. RLM Channel 3. I am so used to saying Channel 9. Well, there goes another totally busted Dorkamus moment there. Hell. Oh, well, it's been one of those days, Grim. Okay, we're on Channel 3 now. Isn't that the channel you're supposed to set your TV on for like your Visa? Oh, wait, that's old school, ain't it? Trust me, I'm old school. Okay, back to what, oh, well, I was working a warranty claim, and it had something about reuniting two, they had to do a splice, basically, in this recall. And as soon as I read that word reunited, the song Peaches and Herb started running through my brain, and it's like, oh my God. Oh my God, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Oh, shit. And it stayed that way all flippin' day. Oh well. I didn't get bored. That's for darn sure. And my coworkers kept looking at me like, she's smiling. The hell she's smiling about? Okay, you guys need to be concerned. Be very concerned. Oh, well, over here on World Truth, let me see. I've got Grimner and Mary B and Spirit Wolf and Pam and DJ Doom, Faye Grimm, Lady Blue Eyes. And let's see, that's all right there. Let me look and see where else I got peoples. I saw Penny Hansen is on here earlier. Yep, Penny is still here, and David is here. And I don't know if John is still here or not. John is a new member, and John is just finding it to be quite entertaining over here on World Truth. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, John. It can be entertaining, it can be frustrating, it can be a lot of things. Hey, and there's Bobby too. Hey there, Bobby. How you doing, sweetheart? And there's those wonderful dancing monkeys. I just love them. Mainly because, when we have our family reunions and we start, when it gets like around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and we start really getting weird as opposed to just being our normal weird. That's probably what we look like. Oh, my family reunions are just flat ass odd. Yeah, Vince, it's a whoops. But you know what? Have I ever... No, I have never guzzled a whole 16-ounce bottle. Ever. Of anything, actually. Whoa. That would not be cool. Oh, hey. Hi there, Goy. In any case, over here in the RLM, right there on top again, is that Asmo. Damn it, Asmo. How do you do that? Maybe I don't want to know. I also see Barman is right there. Hey there, hi there, ho there, Barman. How about a round on the house? Not on me, on the house. I also see the lovely Beth Z is here, as well as Cowboy Tech. Hey, sweetie, are you hearing pleasant voices? I hope you are. Looky there, Grimner is here, and the lovely Moose Girl. They will be on later this evening with the Freakers Ball, so be sure to stick around because, oh my God, always entertaining. Always. More like a whoop. Yeah, it's a whoop-de-doo is what it was. I also see the lovely Kate is here, as well as Rome's, who is not letting me breathe heavy, which is probably a good thing because I'm still getting over my hacky, wheezy, coughy, sneezy. Thanks, Grim. Finian's Premier Lager. I've never tried that one. Thank you very much. I also see, I'm here. That's my evil twin, by the way, Grammy 2, because Grammy 1 is still not talking to me. Imagine that. It does sound very, very Irish, doesn't it? And that totally sucked, by the way, in case you hadn't noticed. I also see IB Don C is here, as well as Java Doctor 2, the new and improved version. And you know what, sweetheart? There just wasn't enough Java today. There just wasn't. Hi. And looky there, Juana Taco is here, and that sounds really, really yummy. And by the time I got done running around and doing errands and doing chores around here, I had a whole wheat dinner roll with real live butter on it to kind of hold me over until I get done. And then I'll probably make me a smothered burrito because I do have some burritos and I still have some leftover chili. So I think that's what I'm going to have when I'll probably consume that in between me and Grimmy and Moosey with the Freakers Ball. So hey, there you go. I have it all planned out for now. I also see Tao is here. Hey there, woman. Long time no see. And Beetle! Beetle has a hottie. Yeah, he does. I'm jealous. No, I'm not. No, well, maybe. Kind of. Sort of. A little. I don't know. Hell. Thanks, Bobby, for that update. I also see Doc Gloom is here, as well as Gary L. And Goy Death to Israel is here. Well, Death to Israel. But I prefer to pronounce it Israel, if you don't mind. I also see IB Don C. Work is here. And then, to round up the crew, the guy that wants a double. The one, the only, the Vince also. Hey, hi there, everybody. How are you doing? I hope you're doing wonderful. Tomorrow, by the way, I think Spirit Wolf posted it over on World Truth. Tomorrow is the first full moon of the year. Yippee-yi-yay, cow patty. I'm going to be doing a little bit of howling. Tao, you going to be doing any skycladding for that? I seem to recall you used to skyclad to those. Thank you, Bobby. Now, let's see. Yeah, this is my day for the freakish news, which there's always some kind of, every day is freakish news. But there's some exceptionally freakish news today, or at least, some of the stuff that I've stumbled across. I was looking over here on Fark, one of my top favorite F-bomb words, or F words, however you wish to put it. And they had several very interesting things, I guess you would say. But the first one that really caught my eye was, it's under their facepalm category, and it's from Fox 28. Things that can get you caught if you're a burglar can now include locking your keys in your getaway car. How many of you, show of hands, think this is in Florida? I haven't been there yet, so I don't know. I just saw the headline on Farkaroony. Oh, no, it's Columbus, unless there's a Columbus, Florida. Let's see. Is this Columbus, Ohio? It is. It is. Damn. Oh, no. Hey, it's in Alaska. Well, I was so freaking way off. Imagine that. Apparently, an Alaska burglary suspect identified after locking keys in car. Day. This happened in Anchorage, Alaska, by the way. A man suspected of burglarizing two Alaska businesses was delayed in his getaway by locking his keys in his car. I'm thinking he's not a very trusting soul. Do you think that's one of the hazards of the profession? A call to a cab company helped open the car, but also led to his identification. Surveillance video of the burglary and the taxi led police to in North Pole. You can't make this shit up. It's a city that's 14 miles south of Fairbanks. Really? Seriously? It's south? Damn. Oh, well. To seek a warrant for 27-year-old Joseph Michael Barea, who is suspected of stealing tools, stereo equipment, and other property from a laundry and fitness business. Wow. Okay. Apparently, January 6th video shows the man carrying items from the businesses into his car, then pulling his car closer to the door. Later, a cab arrives to help the man open the locked door. I wonder if he left the windows down. I've seen that happen before. You know, sometimes you just want to, I know, rascal, you're going to give me hugs again, baby girl. I know. There's pretty good surveillance video here, said Steve Dutra, who is the chief of North Pole Police Department. And the same surveillance system had been used in a kidnapping case. It covers the entire parking lot and the highway. Damn, that is a good surveillance system. This is from the cab company. The police obtained Barea's cell phone number and his name. Fairbanks Daily News Miner reports police recovered $3,500 worth of stolen tools from the laundry in the trunk of Barea's car. Well, he thought maybe he could hide it under his dirty undies. But you know, when you came from the laundromat, honey, maybe they were clean. Maybe people weren't afraid to dig through there then. He was not immediately arrested, though. Prosecutors on Wednesday filed criminal charges of burglary while armed with a gun, which is felony theft, and misdemeanor mischief charges as well. A Fairbanks judge issued a $10,000 warrant for his arrest. According to the surveillance video, it indicated that he was carrying a handgun. Okay. Apparently the sheriff believes that you should approach him with caution. You think? We have no indication he's going to be hostile towards civilians, but yes, I would say if he's cited, please allow local law enforcement and call them and let them handle it. Because, hey, they could save the time of a jury trial. Oh, did I say that out loud? Yes, I did. Oh. Your calendar says Sunday for full moon? I think it's, yeah. Ow, baby girl. Love you, but ow. I do not need to be punctured. Sweetheart. Let me put this over on World Truth. Oh, shit. I need to open my Twitter, too. I am... Yeah, this guy isn't exactly the sharpest tool in the shed, obviously. Which is probably why he was stealing tools. You never know. Oh. Okay. Now, this is one that... yeah. I mean, you know... I'm going to preface this with, has anybody ever done a Chinese fire drill? Well, this is a real one. Real live, honest to God one. A flaming truck was driven to the front door of a Chinese fire station. Now, see, that's what they mean by a Chinese fire drill. Who'd have thunk? I'd have never believed it till I seen it. As on the internet must be true. Apparently, a quick-thinking driver in China whose truck caught fire in transit drove the vehicle to the front door of the local fire station for help. Video from the fire station, shows the flaming truck approach the station Sunday, and about 24 firefighters coming out of the facility to fight the flames. Wow, who'd have thunk that a whole wheat dinner roll with butter on it would give me the belchies so bad? The local fire department said it took less than 1 minute to extinguish the flames. The truck driver told firefighters his truck, which was hauling a load of wood, burst into flames while he was driving, and he decided to drive to a nearby fire station instead of calling for help. Which, hey, you did a very good job. That's very quick thinking, though. I know, rascal. Ow. Hi, Meister Brow, I see you. Party! By the way, Vince, how did the show go today? I got to listen to you guys' intro, and then got a surprise visit from the big boss and wound up having a meeting with him for like an hour and 45 minutes. And then I got to hear a few more minutes towards the end, and then the phone went nuts. So that's about all I got to hear. So I hope the show was awesome. I mean, I'm sure it was, but do you have it up on YouTube so I can listen to it later? Because I really didn't get a chance to, and I'm totally bummer-duded. Because I really wanted to, I mean, it looked like it was going to be a very interesting and very educational. Using opium poppies? Wow. See, now that's the way you get really good reviews on Yelp, Juana. I think I'll go there. To the link. Not necessarily to the restaurant, because that's all the way in China. Chinese restaurant uses opium poppies for seasoning. Who'da thunk? I mean, maybe it is quite tasty. Let me get this. I know. Silly kitty. Okay, and I gotta open my Twitter because I'm just such a spaz. Which also reminds me, I don't remember who shared it or what site I saw it on. But there is a cannabis forum thingy. Let's see. Green Flower Media, I believe, is doing it, as well as Canna University. And it's tomorrow. It's a free symposium kind of thing. It's in conjunction with TED Talks. Looks like it's something that's going to be rather interesting. Tell you what. Did I put that in my pocket? Let me check and see. Apparently not, because I was a spaz today. So it's probably in my email. Because I got the little confirmation that, yes, you are welcome to join our symposium. Yay! I mean, it looked very interesting. Okay. Where's that at? I know. Scrolling. Green Flower Media. Yeah, it's the Cannabis Health Summit. And the cost is free! So, there you go. Let me see if I can find the link for it real quick. Okay, you can contribute. Green Flower Team. Where is the link? I thought for sure I saved it, but apparently not. Shit. Well, it's on Twitter. Go to Green Flower Media, or Canna University, and they have the link on there. Because I just totally spaz it off. But yeah, it looks like it's something that's going to be rather interesting. I'm going to have to check that out this weekend. That's for darn sure. Thank you, Barman, for tweeting me. And I will, do that real fast. Lord Stutterfingers. I know, rascal. You're helping. Okay. Back to... Ow. Okay. Has about, this one is also over on UPI. Suspects no longer on the lam after sheep and high-speed chase. You know, everybody's getting into it now. Florida just plain is going to have to step up their game. That's all there is to it. Because apparently New Zealand is getting into the mix as well. Suspects that are no longer on the lam from Queenstown, New Zealand. If you, oh, this is going to be a very punny story, I can tell that already. See something, say something. Police in New Zealand said that 4 suspects were arrested after a high-speed chase that came to an end with a flock of civic-minded sheep blocked the road. Meh. Investigators said the 90-minute chase began around 8 a.m. Friday when the Honda sped off while officers were trying to pull it over for speeding and failing to display a license plate. You dirty bastards. The chase went through several small towns and continued for 5 miles after a spike strip planted by police popped one of the fleeing vehicle's tires. Police said that the vehicle finally came to a stop near Queenstown when it came to a stretch of road that was blocked by a flock of sheep. Say that 3 times fast. Blocked by a flock, blocked by a flock. That wasn't very fast, but what the hell. The sheep, coincidentally owned by a police officer, were not harmed. Ah, now we know. Yeah, see, they're even training sheep to herd the sheep. Oh. 2 men, ages 19 and 23, were charged with reckless driving, failing to stop for flashing lights, unlawful taking a motor vehicle, and 3 thefts stemming from failure to pay for gas. Which gas is getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. It's down to $1.62 out here in Booneyville. And that's good, because I'm at just about half a tank, which is my line to fuel up. Because number 1, I don't trust fuel gauges. And number 2, it hurts less when you keep it on the top side. Apparently, a boy and a girl, both 14, were each charged with 3 counts of theft of gas from station incidents. Wow, they drive a lot younger down there, don't they? So, the lovely little sheep. Bah. Which one? There. Ah, well, thank you, Juana. I will go back to that now, seeing as how I've already had my little zing squirrel moment and got sidetracked. So let me go check out these Beijing. Apparently 35 restaurants across China. This one is dated today or yesterday for them. 35 restaurants across China, including a popular Beijing chain, have been accused of illegally using opium poppies as seasoning. So there's a legal way of doing this? 5 restaurants are being prosecuted, while 30 others, ranging from Shanghai dumpling joints to noodle shops in southwestern Chongqing, are under investigation, said the China's Food and Drug Administration. Oh, good Lord, they're everywhere! Cases of cooks sprinkling ground poppy powder, which contain low amounts of opiates, such as morphine and codeine, in soup and seafood, are not new in China, though it is unclear whether they can effectively get a customer hooked or deliver a noticeable buzz. Well, if they do get them hooked, that's how you get repeat customers, isn't it? In Shaanxi, provincial police busted a noodle seller in 2014 after being alerted by a failed drug test. 7 restaurants were closed near Ningxi province in 2012 for using the additive, and Guizhou province shut down 215 restaurants in 2004. So this is a continuing problem. Obviously, they are repeat offenders, or nobody really gives a shit. They just like that flavor, and damn, those are really good noodles. I must go back and get more. Hu Ling, who is a general manager at Huda, a popular chain with several adjacent locations in the raucous Beijing nightlife strip known as Ghost Street, confirmed on Friday that the company was under investigation, saying it may have unknowingly sourced seasoning containing opiates. but she declined any further comment. Apparently, poppy powder made from capsules and shells that contain higher opiate content than the seeds commonly seen on bagels can be easily purchased in markets in Western China for about $60 or 42 pounds a kilogram. Hey! According to a 2014 report by the official Xinhua news agency, the additives are commonly mixed with chili oil and powders, making detection difficult without laboratory equipment. I see. Ah, so I see. Your evil plan is coming into fruition. Or not. Yes, Grimmy, I see you posted on my wall over here on World Truth. Okay, now I need to find just the right emoticon. I know there's one here with like noodlies or something, and if there isn't, well, I'll just do something else equally dorky. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just shoot and holler shit. You never know. Okay. Chat. Oh, hey. There we go. I'll just do this one. Just because it looks fun. What the hell? Okay. Yes, Grim. I haven't checked to see. Hi, Fudd. How you doing, bro? Yes. Jury rules innocent man had right to defend himself against cop who assaulted him. Well, duh. And it's about damn time juries step up. Let me check this out, shall we? I have one new notie. Okay, this is from the Free Thought Project. And there you go. Pardon our pop-up. This is not an ad. No, I'm not subscribing. Go away. In Orlando, Florida, accused of assaulting a police officer, a homeless man was recently found not guilty after a jury reviewed the body cam video of the arresting officer. Instead of charging him with resisting arrest, the jury agreed that the unarmed man had a right to defend himself against an Olson questioned whether the homeless man could even afford to pay the bullshit ticket. On his own body cam video, Wilson threatened and insulted the surrounding homeless people willing to defend Johnson's constitutional right. As Johnson verbally defended himself, Officer Wilson placed his hand directly in front of Johnson's face. When Wilson ordered him to keep his hands down, Johnson immediately complied and placed his hands on the ground while continuing to argue with the condescending cop. Oh, condescension, one of the least attractive features in any individual as far as I'm concerned. As Johnson asked the aggressive officer to give him 5 feet of space, Wilson incessantly pressed his hand against Johnson's chest while putting his face in Johnson's face, which I'm thinking is invading personal space, and I'm thinking that's a wee bit on the overzealous aggressive side there, darling, and one could consider it assault, I think. Telling Wilson to check his record, Johnson warned, "It's gonna tell you to approach with caution and get some fucking backup because I love beating up cops." Apparently, Officer Wilson asked, "Are you threatening Mr. Johnson?" And, "No, I'm not threatening you," Johnson answered. "I feel threatened. Please back up," which I would feel threatened under those circumstances. I don't know how many people would not feel threatened. When cops cannot find a reason to arrest someone, they will often antagonize individuals to the point of committing a crime, even if it's just a crime they made up right then and there. Although Johnson warned the officer that he was the wrong one to mess with and repeatedly told the cop to check his record, Wilson kept provoking him in an attempt to justify an arrest. As Johnson attempted to defuse the situation by walking away from the aggressive officer, Wilson followed and assaulted the innocent homeless man. Suffering injuries to his head, Johnson was charged with resisting arrest with violence, resisting arrest without violence. How can you have it both ways, darling? And battery on a law enforcement officer. Did he hit you with a 9-volt? I don't think so. Before the jury could deliberate on a verdict, the judge dismissed the resisting charges and downgraded the battery on a law enforcement officer to simple battery. The jury later found Johnson not guilty on January 14th. Yay, bravo, jury. According to Officer Wilson, Johnson's initial crime was sitting on a city-owned property with his feet in the street. Well, you know what? If it's a city-owned property, that means it is public area, and he has every right to be in public. Although many major cities have attempted to ban homeless people from existing within their city limits, which is bullshit, and have arrested priests willing to feed them, existence is not a crime. However, cops continue to criminalize people who cannot afford legal representation or a roof over their own heads. With our silent consent, abusive cops will continue to oppress those of us who cannot afford justice. And that is truly sad. Truly sad. That it's just crazy. And they will. They will push it until you do something so that they can go, see, I told you. Uh-oh. What? Oh, wifey home. Okay. Well, you go have supper with your wifey poo. No, Fudd's my eldest brother. So. Yeah, and I think I need to go to, because I know I put that in my pocket. The ossifer that, or maybe I didn't. Maybe I just thought I did. God, dandruff, some of it itches. Let me look. Depends on how far back it was. I probably missed it and didn't put it in my pocket like a dinglefod. Oh well. I'll just go to this one then instead. Damn it all. Anyway. The FBI recruits an 18-year-old with the IQ of 51 to be a terrorist and then charges him with terrorism. I'm thinking problem, reaction, solution. Here I come to save the day. Yeah. That's pretty much the way they work. You know, and that's the way cops work too. I did see y'all were talking the other day about the I'm going to use this term very, very, very loosely, gentleman who used to wear a shiny badge, who is now going to be spending lots and lots of pretty much the rest of his life in prison because he raped, sexually assaulted, sodomized, whatever. Sick mofo. Yeah. And I think he needs to spend lots of time in prison. I don't, inmates, they don't like rapists anyway. So they will have a good time with him. And his name will be legally changed to Ben Dover. So, yeah. This is over on newstarget.com. The U.S. criminal justice system continues to bear its broken parts. Thanks. Visual images I did not need. With its flaws particularly affecting those suffering from developmental delays and lower socioeconomic status. often a combination of both. When the term terrorism is involved, defendants repeatedly find themselves embroiled in an uphill battle with the Fed, or in this case, the state. Notorious for entrapping individuals incapable of committing most crimes, the FBI routinely conducts itself in a manner best described as the strong preying on the weak. The latest story involving the FBI and a mentally incapacitated teen is no exception. Peyton Jack Pruitt, 18, of Wattsville, Alabama, is charged with soliciting support for a terrorist act in the amount of $1,000 or less. Wow. They're really scraping the bottom of the barrel, aren't they? This is an allegation that shocked the young man's family, who insisted he's simply a child with an IQ far below average, which is the ones that they nail. That's the ones they go after. Because, them people, they ain't smart enough. They just go out there and they just kill all kinds of people, don't you know? Apparently, he was arrested on November 13th by the FBI, and Pruitt's trouble with the law began when authorities accused him of the following. On or about November 12, 2015, with intent that material support or resources be used, in whole or in part, to plan, prepare, carry out, or aid in either an act of terrorism or the concealment of, or an escape from an act of terrorism, he, she, it, raised, solicited, collected, or provided material support or resources to wit, Peyton Jack Pruitt solicited or provided support for an act of terrorism in the second degree. The total value, according to the report, was $1,000 or less. So what did he do? Shoot you with a rubber band gun and scared you? He could put someone's eye out with that thing. They're really scraping. Under Alabama law, the charges against Pruitt amount to a Class C felony, which would normally be accompanied by a bond of $5,000 to $15,000 range. However, the teen's bond was set at a surprising $1 million, an amount that County Judge Alan Furr refused to lower. Why, Alan? Did somebody put something up your little black robe? Huh? Little talking stick, maybe? Are you one of them puppets like Jeff Dunham has? Pruitt's family told the media that the teen suffers from developmental disabilities and is unable to complete everyday tasks, such as tying his own frickin' shoes. But he's a frightening terrorist, I tell ya. Yeah, with an IQ of 51, Pruitt soils his clothes, has little verbal skills, and lacks the ability to distinguish reality from fantasy. But he's a scary, scary person. And the FBI is quivering. Apparently, the family is adding that there's no way he could have provided any assistance to terrorists, which if he did, and that's a great, if for only 2 letters is a massive word. It really is. But if this child was involved in anything, it was probably holding something for some stranger that said, "Would you mind helping me for a moment?" And so he held like a grocery sack or something. Seriously? Despite the case initially being with the FBI, strangely, it was turned over to the St. Clair County, where District Attorney Richard Miner is now lead prosecutor. Oh. This reminds me, I watched Making a Murder over the weekend. Actually, that was my Saturday thing. I was a slug. I sat there and I started knitting on a La Leche hat. Somebody's going to get a boob head hat. I haven't decided who's going to get it yet, but somebody's getting a boob head hat. And I started knitting on that while I watched Making a Murder. And wow, this is starting to reek like that did. And that reeked to high heaven. During a 2-hour preliminary hearing in Pell City on December 22nd, a St. Clair County investigator testified that Pruitt used the internet to communicate with what he believed were representatives of the Islamic State and the Pakistani Taliban, and that he told an FBI agent that he provided links to encrypted information on car bombs, pressure cooker bombs, and suggested high-value targets for acts of terrorism. What was he doing? Playing Gummy Drop? I play that. Shit, I'm a terrorist. I'm dropping gummies. Reading strictly from an FBI transcript, Chief Investigator Tommy Dixon referenced a 4-hour interview with the FBI in which he says the teenager expressed sympathy with Islam and shared information on how to construct bombs that he obtained from Inspire, an online magazine linked to Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. Yeah, a child with an IQ of 51 who soils his clothes, has little verbal skills, can't tie his own shoes, but he can contact Al-Qaeda and read and pass on, how did they put that? Encrypted information on car bombs. Now, if he's like Rain Man, you know, he's a savant and he can read encrypted texts, it's possible, but highly doubtful. Highly doubtful. This is just infuriating as hell, but this is what they do. This is how they get people. Oh, cool. Thank you, Vince. I see that over here. And yes, Faye Grimm, that could very well be. I'm finally catching up with the chat over here on World Truth as well. I'm a little slow. This kind of shit just really pisses me off. It's like, you have got to be kidding me. But see, that's what they do. And that's what concerns me about any of this stuff that's going on right now. It wouldn't take anything for them to come up with some kind of bullshit scheme to go, oh, they're a terrorist. Do I strike the fear of God in you? Well, old Kaboom is going to smite you like none other. Let me tell you, because, you know, I'm a terrorist. Yeah. And I keep seeing all this stuff about the shooting in Canada, and that is really sad. That is really sad, but I just can't go there. I know, I'm squirreling tonight. Squirrel. Okay. Ah, shit. I have stutter fingers like none other. Let me tell you. Oh. Let's see. The government spelt language wrong when it announced its new language test for immigrants. Oh, really? Oh, how funny. You know what, Tao? Cough syrup used to have morphine in it. You know, way back in like the late 1800s, early 1900s, they used to have morphine in it. I actually have an old, well, no, I don't have it anymore. I lost that in the divorce. I had an old pharmaceutical book that had all kinds of lovely things, and some of those recipes called for cocaine and for morphine and for heroin and for opium and for, I mean, it was surprising as hell. I was like, damn, you know, give it to like, and it was a veterinary thing, you know, so it was for your critters and they were giving them all this shit. Damn, I'm a happy cow. That's how you have happy cows now, let me tell you. Okay, thank you very much, Miss Tao. From the independent.co.uk, government spelt language wrong when it announced its new language test for immigrants, huh? The embarrassing mistake, described as beyond parody by tickled social media users, comes as migrants are threatened with deportation if they fail the new test. Well, you know, you have to spell it phonetically. It's a trick question. David Cameron announced earlier this week that spouses who came to the U.S. or to the U.K. on a visa to live with their partner would have their English tested after 2.5 years. Ah, so if they don't use their British English accents, are you going to kick them out? Crikey. No, crikey is Australian, ain't it? If you failed the test, there was no guarantee that they would not be deported, he said. Well, how about we deport you? Oh, no, we don't want you because the last person that moved out of Britain that came over here, he went to work for CNN. Or was it MSNBC? I don't remember. He was a douche, kind of like you. The Prime Minister also confirmed that mothers with British citizen children could lose the right to live in the country their children were citizens of. Wow! Now that's like dick we had in overload, ain't it? With British children not necessarily able to live in other countries, families could potentially be broken up by the rule changes. Because rules, we need rules. We need to have something to make you be a criminal, because that's the only way we can really keep you under our thumb. Yeah, you can't guarantee you'll be able to stay if you're not improving your language. The rain in Spain falls how on the plane? I totally fucked that up. By the way, 50 minutes in for the first F-bomb. I don't know who won that one, but I know. The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain. 'Cause I walk and talk like a regular lady, I do. Kiss my ass. Apparently it's tough, but people coming to our country have responsibility too. In a press release sent out Thursday, however, the Home Office officials spelt the word language wrongly, writing it langage. Ah, langage. Is that French? A Home Office spokesperson said that this was a regrettable typographical error that has now been corrected. Oopsie! I guess that person got deported, didn't they? What? Oh my God, there's a link on the side that says oral sex can raise risk for head and neck cancer. Sunny beaches in California, that just totally sucks. Or not. However you wish to look at that. That's not good. A, B, C, D, I can't spell. Now they're gonna... Yeah. Okay, let's see. What do I have? What do I have here? Yeah, here. There you go. No. No, that won't work. This one will, though. Just because I'm feeling rather random. Rather random today. Okay, let's see here. I'm going back to my pocket because I know I had some really good shit in my pocket today. I know I put some really good stuff in there. It's just not everything that I thought I put in there. Oh, hey, let's go to another one about the FBI because you know they are so good. They are so kind. They're always doing stuff for our own good and for our safety, don't you know? Yeah. This is from Freep.com. The FBI ran a website sharing thousands of child porn images, but it was for your own good, don't you know? Apparently, for nearly 2 weeks last year, the FBI operated what is described as one of the internet's largest child pornography websites, allowing users to download thousands of illicit images and videos from a government site in the Washington suburbs. This is their cover story to cover all of those government employees that have been checking out porn while on duty. Oh, wait, I need to read the story, shouldn't I? Apparently, the operation, whose details remain largely secret because, well, it was government employees and they were checking out porn sites while on the clock, was at least the third time in recent years that FBI agents took control of a child pornography site but left it online in an attempt to catch users who officials said would otherwise remain hidden behind an encrypted and anonymous computer network. So, in other words, they were swapping pics with their coworkers. The Justice Department acknowledged in court filings that the FBI operated the site known as Playpen from February 20th to March 4th of 2015. At the time, the site had more than 215,000 registered users and included links to more than 32,000 sexually explicit images and videos of children, including more than 9,000 files that users could download directly from the FBI. Because they're all a bunch of fucking pervs. Some of these images described in court filings involved children barely old enough for kindergarten. And they're trying to classify that as a disease. Like there's a cure. No, the only cure for that kind of deviant behavior is a rope. Or bullet. Did I say that out loud? Yes, I did. That approach is a significant departure from the government's past tactics for battling online child porn, in which agents were instructed that they should not allow images of children being sexually assaulted to become public. But they were already public. Once it's on the internet, it's there forever. So, what the hell? The Justice Department has said that children depicted in these images are harmed each time they are viewed. Yeah. So, my question to you is, did you do anything to decrease any of the harm happening to these children? Like try and figure out where in the hell they are and try and save them? Oh, no, they weren't doing that, were they? Once those images leave the government's control, agents have no way to prevent them from being copied and recopied to other parts of the internet. Duh. Officials acknowledged those risks, but said that they were, it was a risk they were willing to take. Yeah, it wasn't your pics out there. It wasn't your child's pics out there. Kind of like that collateral damage shit. Well, it's a price we're willing to pay to blow up your house and your family. It's collateral damage. But it's all for the betterment of our society. No, it's not. It's because you guys are sadistic motherfuckers. That's why. Apparently, we had a window of opportunity to get into those dark places on Earth, and not a lot of other options except to not do it. Then don't do it, asshole. Why add to it? That was from Ron Hosko, a former senior FBI official who was involved in planning one of the agency's first efforts to take over a child porn site. There was no other way that we could identify as many players. Gee, we're sure sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, that your child got stolen and put into a child porn ring. We saw pictures of them. They were alive in those pictures. We're sure sorry that we didn't trace them, though. We were trying to catch the guys that were looking at them, not the dirty sons of bitches that were doing them. Apparently, lawyers for child pornography victims expressed surprise that the FBI would agree to such tactics, in part because agents had rejected them in the past, but nonetheless said they approved. Really? These are places where people know exactly what they're getting when they arrive, said Jim Marsh, who represents some of the children depicted in some of the most widely circulated images. It's not like they're blasting it out to the world. Yes, they were, my dear. And you represent some of the children depicted in some of the most widely circulated images. Have those children been brought home? Are those children safe? Are you just representing so you can get your share of the pie, Mr. James Marsh? Inquiring minds want to know, or at least I sure as hell do. 'Cause if you're just making a fast buck on these kids' abuse, I will drop kick you personally through the goalposts of life. The FBI hacks have drawn repeated through it, though so far unsuccessful legal challenges, largely centered on the search warrants agents obtained before agents cracked the computer network. Well, I just... This is just making me nauseous as hell. You know, it really, my hands are doing that whole, I want to hug someone around the neck until they stop moving. I really do. That's just disgusting. Okay, let me see here. I'll put this over here on World Truth as well, and then I'm going to have to find that. I think I've had my share of Debbie Downer for the evening, although that doesn't necessarily mean I won't find another one that I'll stumble across. But wow, that's just frickin' wrong. That's just wrong. But, you know, collateral damage and all that bullshit, they don't give a shit. They really don't. I don't think. Sure as hell doesn't look like they do to me. Moaning outside Coral Springs bedroom. What? Ah. Okay. And it's in Florida. Who'd have thunk? Apparently, a Coral Springs man is accused of fondling himself while peeping at a woman through a bedroom window, and her family says it's not the first time. Do you not have curtains, darling? Ian Brett Rosenberg, 37, is charged with voyeurism, second or subsequent offense. He was masturbating while staring through the window of a neighbor's apartment at a woman who was lying on the bed playing with her cell phone, according to the arrest report filed in the case. The blinds were closed, but one of the horizontal slats did not close all the way, and Rosenberg could peek into the bedroom if he crouched down. See, I have blinds, but I also have curtains over my blinds, at least in the bedroom. I mean, the rest of the house, no. I just have the blinds, and I have them adjusted in such a way that you may see a shape go by, but you ain't going to see any detail. Not that you'd want to, but wow. The woman who was visiting from Peru said she heard sexual noises coming from outside the bedroom window at about 8:44 p.m. Friday, and thought it was another couple having sex next door, which, you know, those walls are really thin. Just saying. When the moaning got extremely loud, apparently she realized that wasn't coming through that wall. She got up to look out the window and saw Rosenberg standing at the window. The woman, who was wearing a t-shirt and loose pants, said she was scared but did not scream, which I'd have gone, what the fuck? She woke up her aunt and cousin to report the voyeurism, and their response was, again? Holy shit. They went outside and confronted him and asked why he was looking through their window, and he said he was just walking to his car. Yeah, that's what they call it nowadays, huh? It's no longer called pounding your pud. It's called walking to your car. Alrighty. Yeah. Grabbing the handle, huh? Yeah, I see how that works. Sure. Yeah, that was before getting in the driveway. Yeah, That's code, right? Ah, sure. Apparently, the residents told police that they recognized him as a neighbor who lived on the 3500 block of Northwest 104th Avenue, and he was arrested later that night. They said that Rosenberg peered through their windows about 2 a.m. a week after Thanksgiving and again at 1:50 a.m. on New Year's Eve. I'm thinking someone would have had some buckshot up his ass by then. Hey, it's New Year's Eve. People are used to hearing booms. A little bit of buckshot in his ass would have probably deterred him from doing that. Or, hey, if he was still facing you, buckshot in another part of the anatomy that would not be quite so easy to explain away when you go to the emergency room, huh? Be rather painful, too, I would think. Apparently, they didn't report either incident. Investigators say that they found an unknown dried substance. Ew. Possibly semen on the wall. Ew. Are you sure? Maybe it was bird poop. No. It was being processed as potential evidence. Oh, God. Won't they look silly if it's bird poop? Rosenberg was on probation for a previous conviction of voyeurism and prowling in Dania Beach in 2014 and was arrested for voyeurism in Aventura in 2012, according to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Well, apparently this guy has found the revolving door of peekaboo, I see you. Wacka, 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 wacka. At his initial court appearance Sunday, for the last charge, bond was set at $8,000. Yeah. There you go. Have fun. Was it worth it? Was it good for you? I don't think so. Sexual noises? That's the best I can do. Goy, I think that's why they're testing that substance on the side of the wall, because I think he already got off. Just saying. Oh, how does a manatee slap on the cuffs? I don't know. Is that a trick question? Okay. Ow, now my cheek hurts from doing that, trying to make sexual noises. Thank you very much, Tal. You know, he does look like a creeper. Creeper. Speaking of creepers, I work with one. Oh, Lord. Not pretty. Not pretty at all. And he just couldn't understand. He kept going up to one of my coworkers, who is also female, the only other female out there, who used to be one of the owners, and now she's, she kind of works part-time doing corporate crap that nobody else wants to do. Oh, manatee deputies. Ah, well, okay. Thanks, Grim. Oh, goodness. Aren't they mermaids? Isn't that what isn't that what manatees were supposedly considered, was mermaids? I don't know. Oh, look, Jello shots. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Cool. We have so many of those at bowling, though. I've gotten to the point where it's like, please, no. If one of us flats in a frame, please someone else flat, so that we don't have another. Because I swear to God, we had one night there, which thankfully there's not a whole hell of a lot of alcohol in them, but there is a shitload of sugar. A shitload. And that one night, I quit counting at 12. And that was each. 12 Jello shots each. One of the gals said that we had 16. Another one said 18. I was done counting at 12. It was not cool. But, yeah. And I do not like the watermelon ones. Not at all. They leave a nasty taste in your mouth. Although I do like the sour apple. goodness. Wow, I've been at this an hour. Whee! Be sure to stick around too, everybody, because Grimner and Moosker will be coming up not directly following me, but an hour after I get done with the Freakers Ball. So be sure to stick around. You know, if you have to get up and do something, go take a pee, take a bath, do a load of laundry, whatever, but come back because the Freakers Ball is on and you don't want to miss that because that is just way too much freakish fun for the average freak. Not that there's an average freak, but hey. Here's another one that I saw earlier, and somebody shared it to me, and it's just been one of those days. I know that just really shocks you, doesn't it? And this, and this, and that, and oh, I know who. Okay, now I see it. Now that I see the picture. Number 11 is one of those moments where you just go, what the fuck? Oh. One of my coworkers shared this with me. Yeah, he shared it to me in Pinterest. And it was like, oh, you know, there are certain things that just plain cannot be unseen. It's, wow. 29 things that will make you say, what the actual fuck? Which number 11, wow. Yes, it will. But number 1 is a breaking news story. Woman filled her vagina with poison to try and kill her husband when he went down on her. Oh, God. Oh, I'm thinking there's some Darwin Award winner nominees here. You know, some of them are definitely in contention for it. Atrax, my dear, I'm not, yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where he is. That's a whole other... I'm not even really sure what's going on with that other than I'm just not going to go there. So, Atrax has been in the above chat. Okay. Could be. I don't know. Darwin Award nominee. Thank you very much for the correction, Grim. Okay, number 2 is... an act of devotion. Apparently, perks of dating me is I'll wear pads with you during your period so you won't feel like you're going through it alone. Really? You want to have the cramps too, darling? Because wearing the adult diaper is bad enough, but the cramps on top of it all, oh, no. Kiss my ass. Number 3 is this love affair, which is my brother has the softest lips. I love him. Ew. Ew. Number 4 is just a nun that's, you know, swimming around in the ocean with Nemo. So that's really not a... But, oh. And then, you know, you got people playing with... Oh, God. Oh. Shit. Wow. Okay, I know. I'm traumatized for life, and therefore I'm sharing it with you. Number 6 is a very touching story. I breastfed my dad to save his life. Really? Was this in the National Enquirer? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Seriously? I am going to so kick my coworker's ass. And he knows it now because, yeah. Let's see. I just can't wait to cut the and build a dad cord when my dot what? Okay. Whatever. I like this tweet. And the biggest dick award goes to my stepdad. Ooh, how do you mean that, darling? No, I don't want to know. Well, Or number 9, a woman goes on a rampage and stabs her husband with a squirrel. Huh. Um, or number 10, which is just really, that was one of them that I saw and thought, wow, it's no wonder. You know, the handbasket's coming. Something is going to smite us into oblivion because we really deserve it when you have shit like this. This woman apparently believes in homosexuality. So what's so wrong with true love? Homosexuals can have sex, but I can't have sex with my son? Really? Whoa. Number 11, I'm just going to keep scrolling because, wow, first time I saw that, I about woofed. And then and then we have this young man in number 12 with the acts of courage. A man on meth fights off 15 cops while jacking off. That, my children, is an overachiever. I just can't. Yeah. I'm going to let y'all check this shit out because I cannot. No. You have to have your what the fuck moments on your own. You're welcome. There are some really very strange dudes. Hey there, Dumfree. Hey, BB9. Oh, Faye, you're so funny. Wow. I just, I can't believe I'm giving these people more fame. Wow. Duh. I mean, it's like it's 15 seconds, but still. Let's go with something just a little bit more wackadoodle and really, yeah, because this is like, whoo. I don't know. Which one do you want me to do next? Oh, that sounded wrong. Pentagon loses track of $500 million in weapons given to and equipment given to Yemen, or the 25 worst quotes from Donald Trump. I mean, seriously, it's a toss-up here. They're both equally like, seriously, shit. Donald Trump, okay, he opens his mouth. He doesn't sound like quite the doofus that Dangleberry does, but it's a really close second. Really close. And dude, whoever told you that was an attractive hairstyle, you should tell them you're fired. You really should. This is from townhall.com by John Hawkins. Apparently the number one Donald Trump quote is, John McCain is not a war hero. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured. Huh? I can think of other reasons why he's not a war hero. Duh. Number 2, I get called by a guy that can't buy a pair of pants. I get called names. Trump's comment about paralyzed commentator Charles Krauthammer. Ah. And okay. Wow. Number 3, how stupid are the people in Iowa? I don't know. Apparently they're voting for you. This was after talking about a poll showing Ben Carson was beating him in Iowa. Well, honey, how stupid are... Never mind. Number 4, I'm not sure I've ever asked God's forgiveness because, you know, if you did, God would start laughing and he'd fall out of his chair and then we'd all get smote because, yeah, those thunderbolts, you know, they just come slinging down when he laughs or he falls out of his chair. Just saying. How about number 5? I watched when the World Trade Center came tumbling down, and I watched in Jersey City, New Jersey, where thousands and thousands of people were cheering as the building was coming down. Really? Oh, yeah, leave it to people in Jersey. Number 6, Obama doesn't have a birth certificate. He may have one, but there's something on that, maybe religion. Maybe it says he's Muslim. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want that. Really? Can you be a little bit more ambiguous there, the Donald? How about number 7? An extremely credible source has called my office and told me that Barack Obama's birth certificate is a fraud. Wow. Well, if it's an extremely credible source, why don't you tell us who that is? Hun? Or number 8, Donald is just, wow. Number 8, I am embarrassing he is embarrassing. But I am embracing the issue and I am proud of the issue. I think somebody has to embrace it because frankly, the people that are, and I don't like the name birther because I think it's very unfair and I think it's very derogatory to a lot of very good people that happen to think that there's a possibility that this man was not born in this country. He was hatched. And by the way, if that were true, it's very interesting. If that were true, it's the greatest scam in the history of this country. No, it's not, sweetheart, but you know what? If it comforts you to think so, go right ahead. Or number 9, when Ben Carson says he went after his mother and wanted to hit her in the head with a hammer, that bothers me. Really? Does it? I mean, that's pretty bad. I'm not saying anything other than pathological is a very serious disease. And he says he's pathological. Somebody said he has pathological disease. Okay. Wow. I'm thinking they could have come up with a hell of a lot more better quotes from the Donald because these are just lame so far. How about number 10? Look at that face. Would anyone vote for that? Can you imagine that? The face of our next president? I mean, Carly Fiorini? Okay, sweetheart. People actually had John Kerry on the ballot. That's a face. Carly don't look near as bad as Kerry. Number 11, it really doesn't matter what they write as long as you've got a young and beautiful piece of ass. That's Trump. That's Trump. Number 12, you could see there was blood coming out of Megyn Kelly's eyes. Blood coming out of her whatever. What? Okay. Beautiful, famous, successful, married. I've had them all. Secretly the world's biggest names. But unlike Geraldo, I don't talk about it. Oh yeah? You just did, dumbass. Yeah, as long as you've got a beautiful piece of ass on your arm. Whatever. Number 14. I don't think Ivanka would do that pose for Playboy, although she does have a very nice figure. I've said if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. Ew, what a... Yeah, and this guy's a front runner. Don't it make you feel special? Number 15. The other thing with the terrorists is you have to take out their families. When you get these terrorists, you have to take out their families. Sweetheart, that's why a lot of them became terrorists, because they figured, what the fuck? I've got nothing left to lose because you already collateral damaged my family. Where the hell do you think a lot of these people come from? Stupid shit. Number 16. We're losing a lot of people because of the internet. Oh, yeah? We have to see Bill Gates and a lot of different people who really understand what's happening and maybe in some ways closing that internet up in some ways. Oh, this is one of those things kind of like Dangleberry when he said, I'm going to fundamentally transform this country or this nation. This is one of those telling little clues here, people. Pay attention. Number 17. The Canadian plan also helps Canadians live longer and healthier than America. We need, as a nation, to re examine the single payer plan, as many individual states are doing. Apparently, he said that in 2000. And I think you need to get the government completely out of fucking health insurance, because mine has just skyrocketed since the government got involved. And it's not health insurance anyway. It's fucking extortion racket. That's all it is. You either get this insurance that's jacked up through the roof, that has 1/10 the coverage it used to have, or you pay us an extra fine for not paying the extortion rates. Yeah, kiss my ass. Number 18, there's many different ways to fix health care, by the way. Everybody's got to be covered. Oh yeah? Well, why are there fewer people covered now than there were before Dangleberry Care went into effect? This is an un-Republican thing for me to say, because a lot of times they say, no, the lower 25% that can't afford private. But I'm going to take care of everybody. Oh, will you? Is that in mafioso speak? I don't care if the costs, or if it costs me votes or not. Everybody's going to be taken care of much better than they're taken care of now. The government's going to pay for it. Oh, and where do you think the government gets their money, dumbass? Number 19, I identify more as a Democrat. Well, who'da thunk? And yet you're running as a Republican, which basically is a bowl of shit looking in the mirror at itself. Lewis Black was so right. Number 20, I think Bush is probably the worst president in the history of the United States. Oh no, I can think of a few more that are right up there. I think there's a really close tie between like 40 of them. Number 21, Bush was a disaster for the country as well as for the Republican Party. Well, okay, tell me something I don't know. Then he asked me about Barack Obama, and I told him that Barack will need to be a great president because we're in serious trouble as a country. It hasn't been this way since 1929, which the Fed caused, by the way. So he doesn't have much choice. Excuse me. He will simply have to be great, which he has a very good chance of being. That's why your nose is brown. I get it now. Yeah, you have a depth perception issue, don't you? What he has done is amazing. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's just splendiferous. The fact that he accomplished what he has in 1 year and against great odds is truly phenomenal. You know how he did all that? All that shit was set up and ready to be signed on the dotted line before he even started running for POTUS. That shit was in the wings and ready to be installed. That lovely little shackle around all of our necks. Ain't it great? Number 22, Michael Bloomberg is a friend of mine. Yeah, no, really? He's been an excellent mayor of New York City. And he's a great guy. And he means very well. Yeah, road to hell. Good intentions. Yeah, that's like a 20-lane superhighway now, ain't it? Something like that. Number 23. I think pretty strongly that the Bill de Blasio, excuse me, end up being a good mayor. Maybe a very good mayor. See, the operative word there is think. You think, and that's the problem there, dear. And I don't think he's going to want to kill the golden goose. I think he's a smart guy that knows what's going on really big league. And I think he's not going to want to destroy New York. I think he's going to want to make New York great. I think you think too much. And you're thinking with very noxious fumes. That's what I'm thinking. Number 24. Oh, here we go. Hillary Clinton is very talented, very smart. She's a friend of mine, so I'm a little prejudiced. Yeah, well, don't we all know? Telling, ain't it? Hillary, Bloomberg, Blasio, Dangleberry. Wow. You are judged by the company you keep, darling. And finally, number 25. I know Hillary, and I think she'd make a great president or vice president. Hairball. Hairball. Wow. Trumple. Well, I mean, I understand people's opinions change, their point of view changes. I get that because mine has changed drastically over the years. And it's not, it's not that I was like superdy duperdy conservative, right wing, whatever. But it kind of does an ebb and flow thing, and I think that's because, the more information you get. I mean, you start out as a child, you start out rather innocent, but then, yeah. Wow. And then the real world hits you in the face. Go McAfee, huh? Alrighty. He'll get those viruses. Let's see. He has a smoking hot wife. Well, woo. Yay. And obviously Dangleberry does not. Wow. I can't do Trumpelstiltskins. I just can't. I can't. It's not like I'm going to vote anyway. Because, well, unless everybody gets in there and just writes in 2 letters. M-E. Just write 2 letters. Because, they have to count write-in votes. And if everybody just writes M-E, I think that would be a hoot. If M-E had the most votes. Don't you? I think that'd just be cool as hell. And then you could say, well, I guess we know who POTUS is. Me. And everyone could say that. Won't that be cool? So, damn, you would be the POTUS of your own life. POTUS of your own world. Your own little mini government. In control. Wow, you could feel the power, couldn't you? Oh, man. And I know other countries are going, really? Seriously? Of course, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all bullshit. It's all out there for entertainment. This is the ultimate in reality TV. Brought to you by Trumpelstiltskin. And I approve this message. Wow. Hi, 613. Hi, Redemption Protocol. How are you guys doing? I'm going back to my pocket because I think I should have gone I'm going to the Pentagon. Because I want to find out how in the hell they lost all that shit. But we lost it. My children used to do that when they were little, and I'd tell them, will you pick up your socks? And they would stand there and look everywhere but down. Everywhere but down and go, I don't see them. Same thing. Only bigger. This is from the WashingtonPost.com. Pentagon loses track of 500 million in weapons equipment given to Yemen. Yemen. I wonder if Yellen had anything to... No. Wrong department, Grammy. Apparently, the Pentagon is unable to account for more than 500 million in U.S. military aid given to Yemen. This is amid fears that the weaponry, aircraft, and equipment is at risk of being seized by Iranian-backed rebels or Al-Qaeda, according to U.S. officials. In other words, it has fallen into the hands of the people you wanted it to fall into in the first place, right? With Yemen in turmoil, oh wow, another one. It's a government splintering. The Defense Department has lost its ability to monitor the whereabouts of small arms, ammunition, night vision goggles, patrol boats, vehicles, and other supplies donated by the United States. Kind of like they're unable to see people crossing the southern border. But by golly, if you cross that northern border, I don't care how much good camouflage you got, they'll catch your ass. But we can't find this shit. I don't see it anywhere. I don't know. Apparently, the situation has gotten worse since the United States closed its embassy in Sana'a, is that how you say that? The capital last month, and withdrew many of its military advisors. Well, Not all of them. I'm thinking there's another sacrificial lamb in the making. Someone's going, fuck. I drew the short straw. I hope they just torture me. In recent weeks, members of Congress have held closed-door meetings with U.S. military officials to press for an accounting of the arms and equipment. Pentagon officials have said that they have little information to go on. Am I shocked? No, I'm not. And that there is little they can do in this point to prevent the weapons and gear from falling into the wrong hands. I don't know, but there's very little we can do. We have to assume it's completely compromised and gone, said the legislative aide on Capitol Hill, who spoke on the condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the matter. And I'm not supposed to be talking, but I had to leak it to someone because I was about to bust. It's a secret and I can't keep secrets. U.S. military officials declined to comment on the record. A defense official speaking on the condition of anonymity under ground rules set by the Pentagon. Oh, you guys have rules that you abide by? Seriously? No shit? Wow. He said that there is no hard evidence that U.S. arms or equipment had been looted or confiscated. But the official acknowledged that the Pentagon had lost track of the items. I put them in a really safe place. And now I'll be damned if I can remember where I put them. Shit. That's pretty much the way it works. Okay, Trump is not of their gang. Well, yeah, I know that. Yeah, and he is entertaining. I agree with you there, Beth. Yeah, I haven't heard the counting on those MEs either, but that's because nobody's been putting them out there yet. But I think people need to. I think everybody needs, because, you know, if you write in votes, they have to count. I do know that. But that doesn't mean that they have to give you the correct total afterwards, but they do have to at least count them. And I just find it extremely amusing if a lot of people were just to go and write M-E. Me. The lovely Circling did me a little meme for that a while back, and I shared it over on World Truth and shared it over on Facebook, and yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 613, I gotta agree with you there. Their biggest fish were probably that they won't arrest anyway. Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, George Soros. Yeah. That's the FBI-run child porn ring. Yeah. But it's for your own good. We're trying to catch the bad guys. And this was the only way we could think of to do it. I mean, sure, we hacked into the system, but we're not smart enough to trace back IP addresses or anything like that. Okay, maybe I'm oversimplifying because I am a techno dork and I don't really understand a lot of that shit, but seriously, that was your best option. Alrighty. Oh. Dumbasses. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go back to Oopie again, I think. I think I need to go to Oopie. Oopie, Oopie, Oopie. Oh, by the way, just so you know, Kira will be on with The Bridge. Tomorrow afternoon is at 4. Look. Hey, a new X-Files. Oh, sorry. Squirrel. World Truth Radio schedule. How about I pull that bad boy up, huh? That way I know what the hell I'm talking about. The Bridge with Kira on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Please be sure to check that out because she is one sharp lady. Also tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is DJ Bo with some of the finest jamminest tunes you'll find anywhere. Bo Diddy knows his tunes. Also on Sunday, I don't want to forget any of this stuff, so I'm doing it now. On Sunday, Grimner will be entertaining you at noon Eastern Time with the Blues Show that will lead us right into Behind the Woodshed with Hal Anthony at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. So don't just slough off this weekend. Come back and check out the shit that's going on World Truth, because, hey, we have the shit. We are the shit. Okay, we can be the shits. But I know, rascal. Retract the clause, please. Thank you very much, baby girl. So, yeah, World Truth. And we're going to be getting more and more shows. I just know it. I have a feeling in my thumb that's aching. Yeah. You try bowling 9 games in 2 days and tell me your thumb don't hurt. Okay, let me get back to what? What? Stop it, silly girl. Okay. Wait a minute. Apparently, let's see. What? Okay, after having crews busy making snow in Central Park all week, New York City Parks Department cancels Winter Festival due to impending snowstorm. You just can't make this shit up. You really can't. And by the way, Carolina Panthers are going to win it all just because I like their colors. I don't know if I said that Wednesday or not, but I like their colors. So therefore, they're going to win. So just putting that out there. That's my prediction. The Winter Jam 2016 is canceled in the wake of the impending snowstorm. The looming snowstorm forecast for Saturday has forced the cancellation of the games, and the city's Parks Department announced Thursday afternoon that the forecast canceled the event, which was supposed to be Saturday. Earlier this week, crews were making snow inside Central Park for the annual festival that includes skiing, snowboarding, and sledding. But officials said that it will not be rescheduled because, well, there'll be too much snow, apparently. Wow. That makes ever so much sense. Okay, later gator, Grimmy. That just, wow. Yes. Let me find a snowy guy. Real quick. Because I just think that's hilarious. Snowstorm. Winter games canceled because of a snowstorm. Alrighty. Only in New York is what I'm thinking. Wait a second. There it is. There it is. That's the one I wanted. Okay. I know. I'm spazzing. It's been a day. Been a spazzy day. Okay, let me check this. Hi, Jane Doe. How are you doing, sweetheart? I hope you're having an awesome evening. Okay. What? Hey. Apparently, a Nebraska veteran uses a wheelchair to plow snow from sidewalks. That is just really ingenious. Way to go, dude. You need to go check out UPI because in their odd news section, because they got all kinds of really cool shit over here. Let's see. Video. Okay, yeah, gotta go here. Just because, I have to. And it's the North, duh. A man is cited for reading James Patterson behind the wheel. In Egan, Minnesota, a Minnesota man is ticketed for distracted driving and had a novel excuse. He was engrossed in a James Patterson novel, which I have actually seen. People driving down the road reading a newspaper, people driving down the road reading their frickin' tablet or their cell phone, putting makeup on, God knows what else. So reading a novel, this does not surprise me. Although he's driving a Mini Cooper ragtop, no less. The Egan Police Department said that the man was pulled over on Highway 149 when an officer noticed the motorist didn't appear to be watching the road. The officer asked the man what he was looking at, and he responded that he was reading a James Patterson book on his tablet. I'm thinking I could have come up with any excuse other than that one, darling. Durr. The nicest guy, obviously not the smartest thing to do while driving. Very dangerous, but he kind of got it. Knew he made a mistake, and the officer went back and ended up giving him a citation, said the police spokesman Aaron Mashtims. Is that how you say that? He offered some advice for the James Patterson loving driver. Stay alive. Don't novel and drive. Apparently, the spokesman said that most distracted driving cases these days involve smartphones, but officers also see other unusual activities being carried out by motorists. Just recently, as of today, I heard of a lady with big curls in her hair, and as she's driving, she's taking the curls out with her knees up on the wheel. Okay, I have seen people drive with their knees as well, and that just totally freaks my ass out. It's like, really? Seriously? Of course, when I see people driving with their knees, it's because I'm in the vehicle as well, and I don't want to die. Not like that. I can think of much more funner ways, like in bed. That's a thought. Ay. People just are not the sharpest tools in the shed anymore, and everybody is attached to that cybernetic device. What the hell? Step away, people. You don't always have to be attached to that lovely little cybernetic device. Go outside or read a book, an actual book, not on a tablet. Or shit. I don't know. My two options are go outside or read a book. Or paint something. I don't know, but wow. True. Driving and reading. I never really did understand how people could do that shit. Because I'm just not coordinated like that. I mean, I can read while I'm riding in a car, which there's a lot of people that can't do that. Apparently it's something to do with the inner ear and visual, from what I understand. If your visual is focused on one place, but in your inner ear it's going, we're moving, and the eyes are going, no, we're not, I'm reading. Somewhere in that connection, things go, it's not right. You're going to vomit now. Okay. I got to do this one. I think it was Gary L. that shared it earlier today. And probably this will finish me up for the evening. So, all you flat earthers. Not that it's necessarily because they don't go there, but hey, there's all these people that say, we've got a dome over us. I've never been there, so I don't know. I really don't trust a whole hell of a lot of people anymore. There's very few. Especially on the internet. Just a few. So, this is from colorado.edu. Apparently, there is a Star Trek-like invisible shield found thousands of miles above the Earth. This was published November 26th of 2014. A team led by the University of Colorado Boulder has discovered an invisible shield some 7,200 miles above Earth that blocks so-called killer electrons. Is that like killer bees, only smaller? Yeah, well, they whip around the planet at near light speed and have been known to threaten astronauts, fry satellites, and degrade space systems during intense solar storms. They threaten astronauts. So do they go, "Yo mama"? That kind of threatening? I'm just asking. The barrier to the particle motion was discovered in the Van Allen radiation belts, two donut-shaped rings above the Earth that were filled with high-energy electrons and protons. Let's see. They are held in place by Earth's magnetic field and the Van Allen radiation belts, and periodically swell and shrink in response to incoming energy disturbances from the sun. So see, it's not just women that get bloated when it's that time. Apparently, our protective shield gets bloated too. As the first significant discovery of the space age, the Van Allen radiation belts were detected in 1958 by Professor James Van Allen, hence the name, and his team at the University of Iowa, and were found to be comprised of an inner and outer belt, inner and outer belt extending up to 25,000 miles above Earth's surface. In 2013, Baker, who received his doctorate under Van Allen, led a team that used the twin Van Allen probes launched by NASA in 2012 to discover a third transient storage ring between the inner and outer. You have an innie, you have an outie, and you have a storage. Ew. My mind went there. Apparently, that seems to come and go with the intensity of the space weather. The latest mystery revolves around an extremely sharp boundary at the inner edge of the outer belt. The inner edge of the outer belt, okay. At roughly 7,200 miles in altitude, that appears to block the ultra-fast electrons from breaching the shield and moving deeper into Earth's atmosphere. Yay! It's almost like these electrons are running into a glass wall in space, said Baker. Somewhat like the shields created by force fields on Star Trek that were used to repel alien weapons. I can't do it, Captain. Ain't got no power. Apparently, we are seeing an invisible shield blocking these electrons, and it's an extremely puzzling phenomenon. I wonder how that shit works. I don't know. But it is kind of cool for all of you geekies out there that would possibly be interested in this. And thank you ever so much, Gary L. Shads and chads. Craps. I know. It's crap caught in a magnetic field and it's just hanging there. Paint a picture of Israel? I don't know. Are you very good at that? You know, I'll have to think about that one a bit. Crap caught in the magnetic field. That would be... So, I'm always curious, I mean, a lot of the stuff that they share on the flat earth things, and they say, well, why don't we have this and why don't we have that? And when these are supposed images of the planet Earth, why don't we see any satellites? Because, well, satellites are, there's supposed to be so many thousands of them up there. So why don't we see more than just like, one or two token satellites? Why is that if they're supposed to be all over the place up there? That's my contention is, if you're going to show me a picture of the Earth, show me a fucking picture of the Earth. Don't show me a CGI. Don't show me a painting. If you're going to show me something and say, this is the Earth, that's like my brother when I was little bitty, and he would poke two holes in the dirt and he would go, this one is a hole in the ground and this one is your head. And me at 3-4 years old, I would go and he'd ask me which one's your head. I'd point at the other hole in the ground. To me, it's along the same lines. It's just on a grander, larger, vaster scale. This is where you live. This is a picture of the Earth. the actual earth that you reside on, until you scroll all the way down, and in really, really little bitty print it said, this is a CGI image. I want to see a real picture. I just wanna. So there. I'm kind of cantankerous like that. I'm not saying that the world is flat. I'm not saying it's square. I'm not saying it's round. I'm saying that somebody is lying. Somebody is showing us bullshit. And really, the shape of the earth is absolutely zero to do with the fact that we're killing each other with an artificially created lack of resources. Yeah, that's what they say. But we have a lack of resources. We can't feed all of humanity. That's why there's so many starving people in Africa or whatever. Really? It's all bullshit. And I personally would love to find whomever is spreading the bullshit. And I understand there's probably an awful lot of people out there that are swallowing it, and they're going along with it, and they're repeating it because, well, that's what they were taught in the ivory towers of education. And so it must be true. But just because you're taught something, kind of like just because you've been doing it that way for 30 years doesn't mean you've been doing it right for 30 years. It just means you've been doing it for 30 years. If someone comes along and says, that's messed, how about you try doing it like this? Which, that was another discussion we had at work. We were discussing how oil prices are going down, and oil patch out in this neck of the woods creates lots of jobs, which are now gone. And I told them that I thought all of those lovely little patents that got confiscated or classified for national security reasons, I think those have all been purchased by the oil companies. And as soon as the oil prices totally tank, they're going to step up and go, oh, but look, we have this new technology now. But wait, it's going to cost you. Yeah. I think that's what's going on. I'd be willing to bet a whole dollar on that one. Just because I'm feeling brave. But, yeah. Okay. Do I have anything? I only have like 5 minutes left, and I don't know that I really... Do you want me to just blabber? I know there's other people that like really know what the hell they're doing here. I don't. I just blabber. But, okay, where's that at? There it is. There it is. There it is. I had to find just the right little emoticon. I'm going to have to close some links here eventually. Okay, let me see if I got one more over here on Oopie that I just can't live without knowing. Here we go. Yep, because it's cheese. That's why. Which is related to that number 11 of the things that make you go, what the actual fuck? Yeah. Cheese. Ugh. Wisconsin thieves steal semi-trailer holding $70,000 worth of cheese. And they are not bringing it to my house, although I did put in an order. Apparently, the Wisconsin police reported the theft of a semi-trailer loaded with thousands of dollars worth of cheese products. The theft occurred early Friday morning near Germantown when police received reports of a 2012 Great Dane semi-trailer stolen from a local warehouse, D&G Transportation. The trailer reportedly held approximately $70,000 worth of cheese products. Is this cheese products as in artificial cheese product? Because if that's what it is, I don't want nothing to do with it. Germantown police were able to locate the semi-trailer used to steal the trailer and shared a photo of the logo that was designed on the 54-foot-long trailer. Around 10 a.m., a citizen told police that the trailer had been found in Milwaukee after recognizing the logo from a Facebook post. but police reported that the trailer was completely empty. I'm thinking the way they're going to find that individual is they are really, really constipated. You see someone that looks like Richard Nixon and they're walking a little weird? Yeah, that'd do it. That'd do it. Oh, Vince, you're such a goof. Oh, well, you know what? I have just run out of time. So thanks, everybody. You've been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on World Truth Radio and RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3. I got it right this time. I will be back next week, Wednesday, same batty time, same batty channel for your Wackadoodle Wednesday edition of Grammy's Rocket Chair. But until then, y'all have an absolutely awesome evening. Please come back for the Freakers Ball. I know I'm going to be there for a while at least. And check shit out over the weekend because we got all kinds of cool stuff going on.